morning's here. The morning's here.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. I am Kyle, live again from Las Vegas, and joining me and wearing a similar colored shirt is Tony.
It's lighter. It's lighter.
It is lighter.
For once, I'm not wearing this with like brown khakis and doing inadvertent Shaggy cosplay.
No, that's probably a good thing. Do we have any hellos to say before we jump into this edition?
We do have some hellos, Fred. Top of the morning to you, and Nikki B. Hiya, pals. Also, and I knew this was going to happen. Fair warning: we might hear a loud doorbell sound in just a moment because I know I'm expecting.
You're going to have to go chase
today,
after some kids and tell them what for.
Yep, exactly. No, the UPS man just pulled up, and I am expecting something today, and I knew it was going to happen the minute we went live. So here we go.
All right. Well,
good to be back, Fred.
You didn't know that you were going to be filling in, so
yes, it's also
anyway. Let's get started the way we start every show. So when I believe it was Doobie and Rebecca did the show yesterday, the stock price was at $113.70 today. $114.08. By the way, having to control all of the screens on my laptop where it was already difficult on the desktop, gonna be interesting. Not a lot of screen room. I don't have 3 screens like Doobie does, but nevertheless, let's move.
Did you ever get a second one?
No, I never got a second one. I just have the one desktop monitor at home, and then trying to fit everything onto my laptop is not exactly easy. You know what would be easier if we were vertical video, and as it happens, Disney Plus is going to be adding vertical video as announced at a panel that they would not let me into yesterday at CES. Not that I'm bitter or anything, but they announced that there's going to be vertical video coming to Disney Plus. They say basically everything's on the table right now in terms of whether this is going to be original short form content or kind of configuring clips from a longer form content. We do know, they've already talked about how eventually Sora videos, user generated AI content, will be coming to it. But I guess this is just a bid to increase. They want you to keep coming back to Disney Plus, even if you're not watching a show or something. They want you to come and make it a hub for short form content. So it's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how it works out for them.
Yeah, I know. Like the studio stuff, like Pixar and Disney Animation, do crop stuff down, and they'll show like anniversary stuff and whatnot. So I wonder if maybe Disney Plus might do the same.
Yeah, and they'll probably separate it out. There's probably some curated stuff. It'll have an algorithm just like everything else in theory to know what you like and show you that. So if you stop for 2 seconds on Olaf, then you're getting nothing but Olaf. But
don't ever stop on Olaf is what I'm hearing. Got it. Okay.
Speaking of things stopping,
yeah. Scott Gustin has reported that the last day of the overlay of Tron Ares at Tron Lightcycle / run. Anyway, yes, that one at Magic Kingdom will be ending on January 19th, and it is an easy switch. January 20th, it will reopen as the ride we all know and love. I know you didn't get a chance to do it, but I did, and it's red and
Yeah, I'm glad they did it, regardless of whether or not it was really that good. It's not going to hinder the ride enough to be like, oh, I can't believe I came during the red version. But I do appreciate they did something. I hope even if there's no movie, I think it'd be cool if they did other ones. I don't exactly have ideas in mind, but I think there's a lot of possibilities there for ways that they can do other colors.
Yeah, I'm also very attached to the Daft Punk soundtrack. So the 9 Inch Nails version, I was just like, again, good, but I like the other one. So
yeah. Well, we got some Tangled news yesterday, and that is that Teagan Croft and Milo Manheim have been cast as Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, respectively. You'll remember that these were 2 of the names that were rumored for these roles. Freya Sky did not apparently get the role, as we all. She was in contention, but Milo, I'm not familiar with Teagan. I looked at the IMDb and did not recognize anything. Whereas Milo Manheim, I am quite a fan of. He does a great job in the zombies movies. He's been on American Housewife and some other things like that. He is the son of Cameron Manheim, and now he's going to be. I think he'll be a good Flynn writer. What do you think?
I think he's got the like the wit and the sarcasm, but I think of there's a walk around Indiana Jones that Mike Celestino covered for us at Disneyland when Dial of Destiny came out, and like the top comment on that post on socials was, "I think Indy needs to bash out a few push-ups." And it always rang like it stuck with me. And the first thing I thought of when they cast Milo Man, I was like, he might need to bash out a few push-ups. But
yeah, not easy when you get the animated version. You're like, oh, I have to live up to an animated character.
Yeah,
but I hope they get his nose right.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
But speaking of actors, see, I'm on top of these segues this morning.
Yeah, the actor awards, which I still call the SAG awards, call me crazy.
Well, this is the first year they've changed it, right?
Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, this is
okay. I'm pretty sure this is the first year.
Okay, because
the award. The award has always been the actor, or has been for a while. But now they're called the actor awards instead of the SAG awards, because
so my wife brought up
for a decade now.
My wife brought up that the actor awards were announced, and I was like, "What? The SAG awards?" But yeah, they have been announced, and there are 8 nominations from all the branches of the Disney company, including Michelle Williams as Molly in Dying for Sex on FX for outstanding performance, Sterling K. Brown in Paradise, Adam Brody, Martin Short, and Only Murders the Building. Adam Brody for Nobody Wants This. I'm looking to the side because I do have a second screen, and I can't remember all of these.
And Nobody Wants This is not on a Disney product. It's produced by 20th Century, but I think it's on Netflix or something else. Something
it's produced by 20th Century.
Yeah.
And then Abbott Elementary, The Bear, and Only Murders for their ensembles, and then a stunt ensemble for Andor.
Very nice. So yeah, the actor awards. Where are those airing this year?
I missed that, to be honest. I know they used to be on TNT, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Yeah. I think isn't it YouTube?
And they probably show it on there too. Well, so one of the things that we've kind of complained about, and I'm sure Tony will agree with me, is that so far we haven't heard much about
March 1st.
Okay. DCA's 25th anniversary. They seem to just be absorbing that into Disneyland's 70th, which I think is an abomination, but at least somebody is celebrating the 25th anniversary of DCA.
Yeah, so instead of the whole park celebrating the 25th anniversary, which is I think a pretty big one.
Might, but they have exactly a month.
Yeah. D23 is really taking the brunt of it all and hosting a special Spotlight Series panel at the Disneyland Hotel on February 7th, the day before the 25th anniversary, which will also include, if you want to add on that ticket, a special World of Color dessert party. But I think the big draw will be that pin, which is the old Dinosaur Jack sunglass shack at the park, which used to be in the Paradise Pier area by Jumpin' Jellyfish.
Route 66.
That area. It was Route 66-ish, but it was still denoted as Paradise Pier.
Right.
But yeah. So either way, the panel, I've done a few at the AMC Theater here in Orlando where they do like Space Mountain. They've done Haunted Mansions around the world. Those are really cool and really in depth, and I would very much like to see this, and I anticipate it would probably show up on the Gold Theater at some point later in the year, for who wasn't there. But I just hope they have better excuses for why things are in California Adventure than they did when they hosted a special virtual 20th anniversary panel, because that was 2021 and the park was still closed. So D23 did a special event then, and some of the creatives from Imagineering came out and said, and I'm quoting here, Pixar, not exact quote, but Pixar Pier belonged in California Adventure because Pixar was founded in Emeryville, and Avengers Campus belonged in California Adventure because Pym is based out of San Francisco and Tony Stark has a house in Malibu. And that was the reasons we got for why those are in California Adventure. And I'm waiting to see how they mix what's coming, namely Avatar, into how it fits in the California themed California park.
You didn't know that Jake Sully had a layover at LAX one time?
Oh no, I did not know that. What?
Yeah.
There it is, everybody. But yeah,
there's Army involved. They're probably based in San Diego.
That's true. Fort Pendleton. Yeah, but that's all February 7th. Everybody can go too. It's not just for gold members like a lot of other Spotlight series are. But if you're doing just the panel, gold members ticket starts at $49.59 for regular members. And then the World of Color dessert party and panel also include, or that's also there for $159 or $169 if you're a regular member.
Gotcha. Seeing this photo reminds me, I actually have a Dinosaur Jack piece of history pin.
Oh yeah,
if you remember those?
Yeah, I have an Alien Encounter one.
Nice.
So
I think I have another one, but I can't think of what it is right now.
I think there was a Spectro Magic one also that I have running around. Anyway,
in somewhat surprising news, at least to me, FX has renewed the Lowdown for season 2. It's one of those things where they say it's a limited series, and then they're like, well, it did well, so let's do another. Ethan Hawke's Lee Raybon, a Truthstorian, will be back for season 2, and they didn't mention the other cast. So my theory is, did you watch any of this, by the way?
Mm-mm.
It's a good show, but I could see how this one wrapped up very nicely. In fact, my friend thought it was a little too nice the way it wrapped up, but or neatly. But
you mean there's not a whole theory circulating the internet for how it's not the actual ending and more is happening?
No, but
Okay.
Because of the thing, I imagine it's kind of like an anthology in that he'll have a different, not case, but he's a journalist, so maybe he's a Truthstorian is what he calls himself, but it's like a journalist. And so yeah, maybe it'll just follow a different story, but still star him, kind of like the Knives Out series. But anyway, it's going to start production this spring in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it'll be coming out to FX on Hulu at some point in the future. Sweethearts Night.
Sweetheart Night, yeah, at Disneyland After Dark is getting a special dining package at 3 of the restaurants that will have menu items that are exclusive to this event. The Sweetheart Night event will actually take place at Disneyland After Dark, select nights from January 22nd to February 17th. That's not edible, as far as I know.
But yeah. I mean, anything is
if you try hard enough, I guess. But yeah, the special menus will be available at Blue Bayou, Carnation Cafe, and Riverbell Terrace. And based on the menus, I saw like a couple share like steak and potatoes option. I know my wife is kind of a picky eater in some regard, so that would probably be the winner for us at the Riverbell Terrace.
Yeah, and those, you said they open the 13th, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Reservations, not the restaurants.
Yeah. Any comments before we move on?
Yeah, real quick, let's catch up on that. Tangled was the greatest Disney live action movie of all time. I think he meant just Disney because it came around corrected with Adrian there. Tangled, greatest all-time Disney movie ever. What do you think of the cast? I'm willing to be proven wrong. I'm a little hesitant right now, but that's how I am with all live action stuff. Nikki wants to know why they're not celebrating at the park. That's kind of lame. I agree. So Epcot did for their 40th anniversary, the Beacon of Magic that has like the anniversary with like old music and like the special symbolism of the park. And I'm like, what if they did like a World of Color pre-show, like just celebrating everything?
What if they did, because it's the silver anniversary, what if they made World of Color black and white?
I wonder if that would project better, but it would not be World of Color at that point. World of monochrome. I got you. I'm there, but
all right, let's go around LP.
Okay. Real quick.
First up,
I did see the teaser for Doomsday with the X-Men, and it's the only one that piqued my interest, for the record.
Fair enough. Another episode of Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2, this one, episode 6, has arrived, and Bill has once again recapped it and also shared a few of his thoughts about the episode as we work towards a glorious finale in just a couple more episodes. I believe there's eight episodes. There were last season, so that's what I'd imagine. So the next one will be the penultimate, and those are some of the biggest, messiest of the year. So look forward to next week, but if you you can also catch up on this week's. Yes, Tony, you seem like you wanted to say something.
No.
Okay. Benji had a chance to interview two of the people involved with Hey AJ, including one of the creators, apparently a Super Bowl champion. I had no idea.
I didn't know that until
But
today either.
the other one is does some of the music for the show. So you can read his interview and thoughts and hear from them over on Laughing Place. And then
That theme song is
even-
quite catchy, for the record.
yeah.
Yep.
Even though Disney would not let me into their panel, Lego was nice enough to invite me to a special demo of their new Smart Play system. This, it was funny when they booked me. It was from 2 p.m. to 2:45. I'm like, there's no way this is taking 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes, and they showed us some of the current sets, the new sets that are coming out, the Star Wars ones, so like the X-wing and the TIE fighter there. And then also gave us, ahead of that, they talked about some of the other possibilities. So they used a bunch of different smart tags and the smart bricks and the smart minifigures. But, these sets aren't coming out yet. They're just kind of giving us some different play scenarios. So for example, this was like, there's a cop car. And so you put the smart brick and the tag on it. So now it knows it's a police car. Then you have a robber and he's a smart minifig. So it knows that he's a robber. So when the robber goes over to the car, the alarm goes off. When he runs away and the cop comes over, it unlocks. And then he goes and sits in the back seat and takes a nap. When the robber comes and starts the engine away again, he wakes up. All sorts of things like that. So it was a really interesting demo of what could be possible, but not that they're shipping this part of it yet, just just the Star Wars part. And this is another one of the sets. It's a throne room, and you put the minifigs on these
Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah. And you can have a lightsaber battle. So there's also Maxon made a little sizzle reel for me, so you can check out that. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting demo. I've seen people complain on our YouTube video that it doesn't sound like Star Wars, but I mean, it's a tiny little brick. It does.
Yeah.
It's a synthesizer. It's not even pre-programmed music. It's something that it's created on the spot. So it's actually really interesting. I think we can give them a little slack there, but there's pew pew noises and everything. So
I'm picturing like the old Halloween balls with the sheet, that like that kind of noise. But
yeah, there's also a cantina scene where you move them back and forth and they play cantina music, and then you can have like Darth Vader step up to the mic and do karaoke. Just all sorts of fun stuff, and those are the ones that are shipping in March. So nice. Yeah, there's already going to be all sorts of stuff, but a little preview into the future after that. But so now you can look out for more of this in my Laughing Place on location, where you can see me try a lollipop that uses bone conduction to play Akon music in your ears. So it's pretty, I filmed it, and then I'm like, well, this is silly because you guys can't actually hear anything. You just watch me eating a lollipop, but you have to trust me that I'm hearing Akon in my head. So all sorts of fun stuff like that is on the way.
And the rest.
Only one for the rest right now, and that is Chad Powers season 2 is now in production. Don't yet know when it'll come out. I don't know how well the first one did. I mean, I guess this Glenn Powell guy is a way bigger star than I realized, so that's probably why they are doing a season 2. But I seriously had no idea.
I think it got renewed before it debuted. Don't quote me on that, but it was pretty quick.
I mean, the relationship with Peyton Manning is pretty strong. I guess they might be willing to give it a shot, even if it didn't do that well, and maybe it'll catch on. It just felt weird because for so long they held back showing like anything from it. We had like a poster and maybe like a 10-second clip. So whenever that happens, it doesn't seem like a good sign. So the fact that it, made it through season 1 and that now it does have a season 2 in production is just a little surprising to me. But what do I know?
The fun stuff.
Fun stuff. We're going to look at some of the items that are 59 photos. We are not going through all of these, but just some of the items that are coming to this year's Festival of the Arts. And
did you catch the video they made that showed off some of these items? And it was like a parody / let's make fun of Bob Ross and other artists.
That's interesting. No, I saw that there was a video. I put that in to do, but I've been busy at CES, so I didn't actually watch it. I was just like, this is news. And then they put out the foodie guide the next day. That's disturbing. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Is that
So
the
I don't
shiny
know.
crab?
I don't know what that is, but my wife showed me that. I was like, "Is this the crab cake this year?" I don't know precisely, but I'm kind of terrified. That looks good though.
Yeah, I think they had this last year because I think it was the featured image for for last year's guide. Wow, they have pizza. Can you believe
Going
they have
back to the
pizza?
crab thing, hard pass. What is that?
Yeah, a lot of these are meant to be more pretty than they are tasty, like this weird popcorn mix. This looks fun, but
Yep.
it'll probably just be okay.
That one
But
was
yeah,
in
lots
the
of
video they showed off too, but
okay, yeah. I feel like puffed up Skittles are their hack for just adding to anything to make it
that's what
whimsical.
they're
And
doing at Le Cellier. I'm gonna get a nice like T-bone steak at the steakhouse in Canada, but it's covered in freeze dried Skittles.
yeah,
I'm joking. That's
more
not a real
palette collection. Anyway, so you can find our the full foodie guide over on
Speaking
Laughing
of,
Place. If you're headed to there, I think I get text. When does this thing start?
January 16th.
I will get to experience it
Yep.
potentially. Look at me. Finally, it only took me how many years? All right, sir.
They've
You
only
ready
been
for your
doing it
quiz?
9, so
There you go. So made it a shade under a decade. All right, Tony, it's pretty limited today. So,
okay.
But your first one on this day in 1935, a musician was born. His music has been used in many Disney movies, but most notably, perhaps, Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, Elvis.
Elvis Presley, yes.
I was going for the Hawaiian guy. I'm like, I don't know his name right now.
Yeah. It would have been funny if you don't know his name right now, which is funny because my wife's going to Memphis this weekend. So it's like she planned it. Anyway, this is a really hard one. I'm going to give you as many hints as I can,
Okay.
but it's a stretch because it's a short list today. This day in 1976, an actress and musician was born. She was in a band with someone who was had a recurring role on Boy Meets World. She appeared in a memorable episode of The Golden Girls when she was very young, and apparently had the song "Barking at the Moon" in Bolt, which also used Elvis music in the trailer.
What are other notable hits?
Let me see. She was in the she wasn't in the postal service, but she collaborated with the postal service. She was the female voice in like Nothing Better, if that means anything to you.
What was the year she was born?
1976. Are you a Golden Girls fan?
Barely 101.
Oh, okay. Well, she's in an episode where she is like a mean girl, and then at one point Rose grabs the teddy bear from her and pushes her out the door.
I'm trying to think like who would be pulled for Bolt.
Yeah, and she's in the band she was in. The guy was Joey the Rat on Boy Meets World, and he was
First. I thought it was
the band.
the mom from So Weird, if you remember that Disney Channel show.
Oh,
I would. My first thought was Faith Hill, also, but
no,
no.
way less famous than Faith
way
Hill,
less famous than I got nothing.
It's Jenny Lewis from Riley.
Nope, never got that.
Yeah, sorry.
Not without looking up who sang the song in Bolt.
Yeah. And then finally, in 2018, 2 Disney California Adventure attractions closed. They might have been Disney's. No, it was Disney. Yeah,
2018 it was Disney at that point.
Yeah.
Are they still there with a different name?
Yes.
California Screamin'.
Yep.
And Maliboomer. No,
Maliboomer was torn down before that.
That was way before that, yeah. Oh, is it the other one? Pixar Pal Around and the Mickey's Fun Wheel into the Pal Around?
Mickey's Fun Wheel closed. It was the Sun Wheel, then it was Mickey's Fun Wheel, and now it's the Pixar Pal Around, but still has Mickey on it.
I still call it Mickey's Fun Wheel. I know I should technically call it the Sun Wheel, but I call it the Fun. So I guess Fun Wheel is a weird hybrid.
So. Yeah, I think that works. Well, I think
Either way, it's
that's
terrifying.
yeah. I've never. Oh, I shouldn't say I've never done. I've never done a swinging one because I would
Okay.
never. But I've done the not. I've done the stationary, and it's that's how we'd get construction photos back in the day. Because
That's
we had to
also
do
terrifying because you see them coming at you. So, at
Eh,
least half of it.
I put a little bit too much faith in Disney construction, I guess, because I never worried that it was going to slam into me. Anyway, that's all we got today. Anything you want to talk about for the next 3 minutes, Tony? Until
Anything
top of the hour?
that I want to talk about for the next 3 minutes? What's like with the 25th anniversary? What would you want to hope that they would put in the D23 thing?
As far as the presentation, or if they actually did it in the park?
I would say the presentation because that's what we're getting. The park would be pure blue sky.
So you mean like? So you thinking that they'll make announcements or things that you'd want to feature in the past? Like, I guess I don't even know what the. Having never been to one of these, I don't even know what
Okay.
to expect to then want.
So they usually talk about the history, and then they might kind of like they won't make announcements. They'll never make announcements. It's more of like a how we created kind of panel and like the evolution and
Okay.
everything. But I mean,
I would want a dedicated discussion of how they came up with all of those puns. Do they just like look at it? Do they have a giant map of California and just like wrote down every city they thought that could have a potential rhyme or pun? And then work backwards from that. Like we need to have Malibu burrito. Oh, we should have a stand that has Malibu that has burritos. Like I kind of feel like that's how they went. Instead of thinking we need a name for a Mexican food spot, I think they kind of worked backward from the pun. But I love confirmation of that.
So the Paradise Bay is the show lagoon for World of Color, and that's probably my favorite nighttime thing ever. But early on in the park, there was a mandate that the lagoon was not to be used for fireworks shows or any kind of like nighttime stuff. That first Christmas they put in Luminaria. So I want to know why they gave up on that mandate so quickly.
I think they gave up on a lot of things so quickly.
Yeah,
In that park,
because they had wave machines and stuff installed in the lake, so it always looked like, and that's what propelled California Screamin'. It wasn't just a random launch; it was supposed to be the wave pushing you. But yeah, they gave up on most everything by the end of the first year. They even gave up on retiring a classic parade forever by bringing it back. But it wasn't Disneyland; it was the Disneyland Resort.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, though. I hope they embrace some of that. You know how they have during D20 Destination D23. Sometimes they have like weird Disney.
Yep,
I think there's a lot of weird Disney material in early DCA. Some of the
for sure.
lights are flashing. Things that they tried. I mean, some of those floats and figures in not Excelsior.
The Eureka Parade.
Eureka, thank you. Yeah. Or even just like the X Games promotion, the all the bands that played, whatever. Yeah, just all the different promotions that they tried. Rockin' in both parks, I think qualifies.
Yep. I'm just glad that my opening day attraction is still there. Granted, it's been modified greatly, but it's still absolutely there. That's the animation building. So
yeah, it is a beautiful
Nikki
spot.
points out 3 bags full, which was people in just body socks.
The exact name. We got something for Ducks Day. Let's see what this says. We already knew when it was and everything. Join us for this one day only. Yeah, it just seems like February 22nd. Pretty sure we already knew all of that. But appearances by Ducks players. Maybe they'll look a little bit more excited this year. A fan zone with themed activities and so much more. So if you're going to be at the Disneyland area on February 22nd, go check out Ducks Day.
It's only one day? I thought normally in the past it's been 2. That might be my imagination, though.
It was 1, then it was 2, and then I guess they're back to 1. I don't remember how many years they did 2 for, but that's all the news I'm seeing. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. I think
it's a good one, Fred. The old commercial,
today, right?
Fred said he remembers the VHS of Toy Story 2 with the commercial for a California Adventure on it.
The one that Tony has played many times.
I think I have, actually. Hold on, everybody. That one.
Maybe it was an anniversary stream, or maybe it was just because Mike had to put his camera
down.
I
do. The one I do all the time, honestly, is the 50th one. Yeah. When like Mike's going across parks or whatever, that's the one I'll always play.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We will be back tomorrow. Doobie should be back, and we'll be doing winners and losers for our Friday edition. And stay tuned to Laughing Place. I'm going to be exploring more of CES today and tomorrow, so I'll put out a few tweets. Yesterday, I saw a robot blackjack dealer who would not cut it as a real blackjack dealer because you could see his hole card as he put it down. So I'm like, I saw that I could see it, and I'm sure if you were closer, you would catch it. But I was wondering why these players were hitting on 17, and then realized it's because they knew that he had 18. But anyway, so you could check that out on our Twitter account, and then eventually the Laughing Place on Location. But anyway, thank you all for joining, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.